We talked about it before the game, but you guys took advantage of a pitcher that's maybe struggling right now, and you did it in the right way.
Yeah, you know, we did take advantage of some mistakes, and we were able to pile up some pretty good offensive nights from a handful of guys. You know, it's good to see Byron have another good night, and you know, Kepler had a good night. Dozier hits another homer. Plouffe had a homer. Sano took advantage of a 3-0 pitch. So, you know, we put some runs up, and Hector overcame a little bit of a shaky start there. Gives up the leadoff homer, 2-out hit there in the second. But, you know, he settled in and until the home run that he gave up later on to Cabrera. He did a nice job of getting through 6 innings, especially after a 50-pitch first 2 innings, you know. So a lot of pitches thrown in that game tonight, and but we found a way to win a game that was a little bit one-sided, which we haven't done for a while, so that was good to see.
With Hector, do you feel like, and you mentioned the pregame, he might be getting a little more comfortable with his teammates, with the surroundings, because he looks like a different pitcher?
You know, we hope so, and it's just a couple better starts than what we saw from the first few. So it's a good trend. I do think he's settling in a little bit, and I think he's feeling a little bit more confident about the pitches that he's throwing. When he got hurt tonight, even the leadoff homer, you know, throwing a changeup to that guy after he was a little tardy on a couple of fastballs and didn't get where he wanted to. But you know, he's doing better, and the results have backed it up.
You mentioned Buxton. It's probably a month and change. How much impact can this next 5 weeks have on his career moving forward?
We're trying to be optimistic about that. You know, he's had to do the back and forth thing a few times, which is never easy for a young guy, especially that has such high expectations. I think he's handled everything fairly well, from the draft and being the #1 rated prospect. It's a lot to throw at a young kid, and you know, he's just continuing to try to find ways to be successful up here. I think one thing we've seen in the last few days, he's shown a little bit more aggressiveness. I think his swing looks a little bit better in terms of quickness and reacting to pitches and recognizing pitches. You know, he was tonight that, you know, he missed a couple of sliders and he hung in there and he got Shields try to slip a fastball up on him, which some guys were doing early in the year, and he was ready. So, you know, there's some good signs there. He made another nice play out in the gap too tonight.
You're hoping Sano's defense might roll into his offense in the inning, but at the top of the inning, he gets to make some plays.
He made a couple nice plays that, you know, didn't have a lot of opportunities, but the one where he had to regroup after getting extended to the backhand side, you know, he fired a little bit low, but he's got the arm to, you know, recover on a play like that. Joe did a nice job of finishing the play, but you know, sometimes I think it can be a nice distraction when you have to focus on the defensive side and not be consumed by your hitting.
So do you think